Guess who's putting out a TBR for an undefinable future date? Me! It'll be a surprise for everyone, myself included. So in my previous video, I had talked about the fact that The Old Guard, a movie adaptation of a graphic novel by the same name by Greg Rucka, had sparked a sense of inspiration in me. One, not only to seek out books that are inspired by certain elements and aspects of the movie, but also to also seek out music inspired by The Old Guard, but more on the music stuff later. Why did I say it like that? Well, anyways, for now, let me tell you a little bit about this TBR that is for an undisclosed timeline. Something to look forward to. In no particular order, got my list right here. Number 1, The Old Guard, Book 1, Opening Fire by Greg Rucka and illustrations by Leandro Fernández. Reading the source material, who would have thunk it? So the graphic novel centers around a small group of immortals who lend out their expertise to pretty much people who can afford them. The immortals, they help out where they can, and they essentially follow their own moral compass, their own compass of what they deem to be right. Yeah? So the next book is Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. The simplest way to describe this, and probably the most vague way, is this is a YA novel about two Muslim teens who find each other on spring break. It also deals with both of these teens hiding something. So, okay, if you want to know a more in-depth synopsis, check out Goodreads, or really, I suppose, anywhere that sells this book. Yeah, I just didn't want to read the entire synopsis, and yeah. Okay, the next book is Arabian Love Poems by Nizar Qabbani. Sorry if I probably mispronounced that. That is pretty much what it says on the tin. So, okay, next is The AI Who Loved Me by Alyssa Cole. And I believe this can be categorized as a romantic sci-fi novella. It is about Trinity Jordan, who leads a quiet, normal life, but things take an interesting turn, to say the least, when she meets Li Wei, who turns out to be an AI, and apparently a hot one at that. Cue story, pretty much. I have heard many good things about Alyssa Cole, and so I'm just honestly very excited to read one of her romance stories, so yay for that. Next on the list, I have Habibi, a Muslim Love Story Anthology, and that is by a lot of contributors. I will put their names on the screen so I don't have to read all of them out loud. Now, according to the Goodreads synopsis, calm down, Rose, you can speak just fine. This anthology, nope, still can't speak, is about, quote, Habibi is a new Zine-style anthology featuring prose stories and comics weaving together stories of love told by Muslim women. Each piece is a unique perspective on what love can mean to someone, whether it's romantic, familial, or even love of self, end quote. This will also probably be the first anthology I think I've ever read, so cheers to that. Next on the list, also the final thing on this TBR, is Let Us Dream, a novella by Alyssa Cole. We have ourselves a political romance here between Bertha Hines and Amir Chowdhury, not sure how to pronounce that, a Muslim Bengali immigrant to the US. To quote a small piece of the synopsis, quote, a rebellious cabaret owner and her stubborn chef pursue life, liberty, and happiness in 1917 Harlem and find love where they least expect it. End quote. And my thing just died. What the fudge? Are you still recording? Technical things happening here. Hold on. We're good. All right, so all of that was one graphic novel, 3 romance stories, novels, things, yep, 1 book of poetry, and 1 anthology, so all of this seems like a pretty good mix to me. Now, this list, it may change over time, it may grow over time. We shall all see. It's complete mystery, pretty much. And it's also, this TBR is kind of tricky for me because I looked up at my library, my online, I checked my library, there we go. Words are hard today. And they only have one of these stories. So some of you might be asking, well, or saying, whatever. Well, Rose, why don't you just buy the rest of them? See, the thing with that is, one, I just don't like to buy books until I have read them, hopefully from the library. So it's a little bit tricky. Anyway, so moving on to the music stuff that I mentioned. So one of the main characters in The Old Guard is Joe, who is an Arab Muslim man, and that part right there, I latched on to the Arabic part, and I just wanted to explore that. Now, Arabic music, it's very broad. Yeah, just as it is very broad to say Western music, but I had to start somewhere. So what I've found so far is, at least when it comes to the instrumental music, and perhaps maybe that could be categorized as traditional, I'm not sure, but in any case, there is something very beautiful and invigorating and sometimes haunting about the music. Yeah, I will link down below a couple of videos of what I mean by all of this and the videos that I have been listening to over and over again because, yes. And there are two artists in particular that I have come across and I definitely want to recommend to you all to check them out. And please pardon my pronunciation. Ala Wardi and Ahmed Ashaba. Their channels will of course be linked down below. You're welcome. Now for Ala Wardi, he's just a jack of all trade when it comes to being an artist. He is a very talented singer, in particular a cappella. He's a beatboxer. He plays more than one instrument. He also clearly speaks multiple languages for as far as I can tell so far, because why not? And from the many videos that I've also watched, he just seems to be, he's a very funny guy, that's for sure. And just listening to his music, it just makes me happy. It makes me smile. And for Ahmed Al-Shaba, what instrument, frankly, does this guy not play, honestly? His main instrument seems to be, oh, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I didn't look this up before I started filming it. Editing Rose here, I looked it up and it's called an oud. When looking up how to pronounce it, I came across this video where this gentleman, Brandon Acker, explains the history of this beautiful instrument. It's really interesting. I'll link it below so you all can check it out. Side note, doesn't this guy look like he could be related to Luca Marinelli? So that particular instrument is what he mostly plays, but again, he plays multiple, and anywho's, his passion for music just really shines through the music that he makes, and he does a lot of instrumental covers of just various songs, and I just really like hearing the Arabic twist that he puts onto the music. It's just so nice. It's lovely. So, okay, if any of you have any recommendations of any Arabic artists or just music in general that I should check out, please let me know in the comments down below. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much for watching. Please take care, everyone. Oh, I keep forgetting to say this. Like and subscribe if that feels right to you. Swell. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye. It had been nearly a year since I cut my hair, and I finally did with the assistance of my husband just a few days ago. This is it. I am so stoked to have shorter hair again. It was just getting so freaking long. Less to wash, less to manage. That's how I like it. It turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's a good life hack, a life lesson to learn how to do yourself, how to cut your own hair, so I know how to do it myself now, sort of. That's it. I cut my hair. Cool story, bro. Okay.